Joining us now on the program for our weekly Oakland Schools Education Insider is Jarrad Grandy, the Oakland Schools Executive Director of Student Services. Jarrad, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. How you doing today?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. That's good to hear. Glad to have you on as we're celebrating Career and Technical Education Month here in February. Why is creating awareness for career and technical education so important, especially in today's educational world, as kids are getting ready to go out into the workforce or going off to college after their K through 12 education?
Well, it's so important because CT is for all kids, and when we say all kids, we mean it's for all kids. Um, at the end of our traditional educational journeys, whatever they may be, whether it's a 6 month training or a student getting a PhD, in the end, we want them to have a career, and CT is important part of that. We have multiple programs, 17 programs across 4 campuses at our technical campuses, which serve our 28 local districts and our public school academies. And we have one in each in each quadrant of the county. So there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of real resources at no cost to districts, to parents, um, to students. There's just real opportunities here.
And as you mentioned, Jarrad, there are campuses in each quadrant of Oakland County. So 4 campuses in total that are referred to as the Oakland Schools Technical Campuses. Why have 4 of them spread throughout the county? How does that help Oakland Schools provide this extensive education and really go toward its mission of great technical education here in our county?
I'm glad you asked. So it's pretty unique, but in our county, we have obviously a little bit of everything in every way, right? From types of districts to populations that are served. And really comes down part to logistics. So being able to offer some of some of this program in each part of the county is really important. So that's why we have 4 campuses. It comes down to logistics and providing more opportunity to kids.
And so much of technical education today is about setting these kids up for those career opportunities. More and more as the years have gone on, there's been less of an emphasis on kids. You've got to go to college, you've got to get a degree, and much more of an encouragement, rightfully so, to go into skilled trades programs. Right out of high school, and it's great because these sort of programs allow kids to put themselves in a position to either get into those jobs or into apprenticeships right away after they've graduated from their K through 12 education. And what sort of ways does Oakland Schools set them up for those sort of opportunities through this program?
Yeah, so all of our programs, we have opportunities for students to do work-based learning. So what that means is students are actually going out, crossing the portal of an employer, and getting real meaningful tasks while they're there. Many of our programs in their student second year of the program, they spend up to 4 days of the week, not necessarily in the campus, but actually with the employer. So this is also a really unique feature, and it's a strong suit that we have. Our connection to our employers is important, so that they serve on our advisory committees, and they give us feedback on the type of equipment we should be purchasing, the certifications that industry cares about, and the level and depth of state standards that we need to be teaching.
You can find more information on Oakland Schools technical campuses, all 4 of those different campuses throughout Oakland County, on their website, ostconline.com. ostconline.com. Learn about each one of those campuses across quadrants here in Oakland County. And are there differences, Jarrad, in what is learned or what is taught at each one of those different quadrants? Or can people really get the same extensive sort of technical education for their kids regardless of where they're at in Oakland County?
Yeah, the almost all the programs repeat by quadrant just for that reason, to provide opportunities. Sometimes due to building structure and need in a quadrant, there may be a few changes that are a little different. By and large, we repeat the programming at all four of our campuses to provide kids as much opportunity as possible.
We're joined on the program today by Jarrad Grandy, the Oakland Schools Executive Director of Student Services, talking about Oakland Schools technical campuses and the Career and Technical Education program as we're in Career and Technical Education Month. Again, more information can be found on their curriculum as well as their 4 campuses throughout Oakland County on their website, ostconline.com, ostconline.com for more information. And you mentioned kids being throughout the week spending a significant amount of time with your employer partners, and really getting that on the job technical education as well. And what's great about these opportunities too is not only can they get those job opportunities, that real world work experience, but also can work on some of those licenses and certifications that are required for them to transition these opportunities into careers.
Absolutely. The amount of additional training and certifications that students receive, many times they wouldn't be able to get this until it was some years down the road. But just imagine leaving as a high school student with actual work experience and actual credentials. And again, I stress it that for these certifications, it's not an end road. It's really a stackable experience. So when students leave, many of our kids go on to 4-year degrees, but they're going on to 4-year degrees now with even more experience than their peers, and they're going on to 4-year degrees with certifications that employers care about. So this gives them a leg up in the marketplace.
And just how much, elaborate on that, just how much of a leg up does it give them in the marketplace to have these opportunities through their local school districts because of their affiliation with Oakland Schools, to then be able to go into these career fields with that kind of experience, or go into a 4-year degree program with that kind of experience already around their proverbial tool belt?
Yeah, well, once the post-secondary institution understands the level of rigor that is being taught, and once students know how to also bring that out and market that rigor, many times, as you know, with the job market the way it is, many times it pushes students right to the top. So we have so many anecdotal stories of students who have gotten opportunities that they probably wouldn't have gotten for another 4 to 5 years. And that might even be after they leave and have a 4-year degree. So, um, the data, the anecdotal evidence, all of it lines with the idea that our purpose is to get every student career ready, and OSTC, our 4 campuses, are a way for us to do that.
We're joined on the Megacast today by Jarrad Grandy, the Executive Director of Student Services at Oakland Schools. On our program, our bi-weekly Oakland Schools Education Insider, featuring career and technical education, as February is Career and Technical Education Month. And of course, Oakland Schools, their technical campuses, provide an extensive career and technical education right here in Oakland County. You can find more information about the programs and find ways that you can get involved by going to their website, ostconline.com, ostconline.com, for more information, with 4 campuses spread throughout the Oakland County area. And Jarrad, is there a cost that's associated with access to these programs or some of these certification programs too through Oakland Schools?
Absolutely not. No cost to students, parents, school districts. It's no cost at all.
Yeah, and that's what's great about this too, is that it's all through your local school district, and so it's just simply an extension of your regular curriculum in your kid's school district and your kid's school specifically, and this all becomes part of their regular curriculum. So if kids are interested, or if parents are interested in maybe directing some of their kids to some of these opportunities, how can they get their kids involved with Oakland Schools Technical Campus through their local school district?
Yep, through the local school district, we can be found on the web at ostconline.com. And we on when you go to the website, there's a lot of events and opportunities for people to come out and for students to come out. So we have opportunities for students during their school day to come out and visit while students are in class and see what it's like uh, to learn in our labs, our world class labs. We also have opportunities after school and on weekends as well. And all that can be found at ostconline.com. And you can sign up as a student for those opportunities through your local school district.
More information again, ostconline.com, their main phone number, also 248 209 2000. 248 209 2000. Jarrad Grandy joins us from Oakland Schools, their Executive Director of Student Services, on our bi-weekly Oakland Schools Education Insider on the Megacast. You can catch all these segments on demand on our website, civiccentertv.com/megacast, or just go to our on-demand page on civiccentertv.com and search Oakland Schools for more information. Jarrad, when a kid completes one of these OSTC programs, what are their options beyond that? Can they immediately go into the workforce with some of these specific forms of technical education? Are there opportunities to expand on some of these things that they've learned in these programs by continuing in Oakland Schools to their local district?
Yeah, so our local districts have career and technical education programs too. In an ideal world, we have students in the ninth and 10th grade that are taking CTE at our local districts, and then they send students to us in the 11th and 12th grade. And really, that's all, again, part of a broader purpose of getting every student career ready in Oakland County.
Again, more information can be found on their programs at ostconline.com or calling them 248 209 2000 for more information. And Jarrad, while we're talking about all these different opportunities that come from the career and technical education, these 4 different campuses and the quadrants of Oakland County, let's dive into a little bit, if you can provide us some examples of these different career and technical education programs that are available, because kids are going to have a variety of different interests and variety of different career aspirations that they may be able to tap into by going to Oakland Schools if they know what's available to them.
Yeah, so our the programs we have available, many of them line up with our 5 industries. So we have from advanced manufacturing, construction, health, IT, and then we kind of lump them together into one TMLE, so our transportation, mobility, logistics, and energy. So we have those types of programs reflected throughout our 4 campuses for students. Um, and so really the opportunities here for kids are endless, and we continue to expand what we teach, and also some of the more obsolete parts. We make sure annually we go through our curriculum and try to um, exit that from the curriculum, because we want our students and our world-class labs and our world-class teachers who won national awards in competitions. We want our students to get the very latest and the very best.
And as you talk about that, we've spoken in the past to some of those award-winning instructors through Oakland Schools Technical Campus. Just take us through what are the requirements that Oakland Schools is looking for to bring these different people into these classrooms to be educators in these programs. What is Oakland Schools looking for in these instructors?
Yeah, so for our instructors, they all have to have industry background. So part of that is just from state requirements, 4,000 hours of working in industry minimally. And then on top of that, we look for specific skill sets and then at times we go to our advisory committee members to help pull those out, what they may be. But, the real foundation is, have you been in industry in a productive and meaningful way? And then from there, we work through our state processes. Um, but more importantly, it's all of our internal training and support for teachers that we provide to help take them from industry to being in the classroom and working with students.
Again, all of this information can be found on ostconline.com or by calling them for more information at 248 209 2000. 248 209 2000, as we're joined on our biweekly Oakland Schools Education Insider with Jarrad Grandy, the Executive Director of Student Services at Oakland Schools. Jarrad, before we let you go, anything else that we haven't discussed about Oakland Schools Technical Campus or the efforts being put forth by Oakland Schools during Career and Technical Education Month this February that you'd like to discuss?
Well, one is that enrollment season is here. So for students that are interested in um, attending OSTC, any one of our 4 campuses, now is the time to start working with your counselor. So that's one important part. And the other thing is the real message behind CTE is that careers are for all kids. And CTE is one path to really give students a jump start and a meaningful lens into careers that they may be interested in.
There's so many different varieties of communities and so many different varieties of educational opportunities, unfortunately, that come with different communities in our area because of the way that education is funded. So having these programs through Oakland Schools and through Oakland Schools Technical Campus gives a lot of these opportunities to kids across the board here in Oakland County. Jarrad, thank you so much for joining us and telling us more about some of the different career and technical education opportunities available to kids through Oakland Schools.
Thank you. Appreciate it.